Okay, so finally we have the December 1 quiz, which deals with what is a TOU. A TOU, as you probably know, or as you should know, is a terms of use. It essentially lays out um, the the agreement that you have with a website or software or company by using their service. By making use of their service, by engaging with their website, you implicitly agree to these terms, right? Um, and I'll be the first to admit it. I'm not, a big reader of TOUs because they're typically so long and just so full of legalese that reading them, does it even make sense? I'm not sure. Um, so yeah, typically I skip past them. All right, so terms of use is likely to be necessary to protect companies under HIPAA and FERPA. Typically, and it's a little bit, it may sound counterintuitive, but the terms of use is their acknowledgement under HIPAA and FERPA that they can't do certain things with your data, right? Whereas for people like Facebook, they're typically saying, yes, we can use your data in certain ways. We can share it with our partners, which is everybody else in the world, and so on and so forth, right? But under HIPAA and FERPA, you typically have to make it very clear how you're going to use and not use um, you know, a patient's or a student's data, right? And so typically you go to your medical provider and they let you sign up some forms at the start, and they make it very clear that they're not going to send your data to another medical provider without your permission. All right, statement one is true. Statement two, very interesting. And I've got to tell you, I've fallen prey to this garbage. Um, this garbage where people put this very legal sounding statement on their Facebook wall saying, I hereby declare and affirm and proclaim that Facebook, nor its affiliates, nor any of its marketing partners is allowed to use my data or the data of my friends or my image or likeness. Well, I gotta tell you, that's a bunch of baloney, right? Facebook makes it pretty clear on their sign up page that by clicking sign up, the very act of clicking sign up means you agree to their terms. So, end of story. Your data belongs to them. All right, no. So we've decided that one is true, two is false. Terms of use are regularly read by users. All right. Well, if people regularly read these things, we wouldn't be proclaiming, affirming, and declaring that Facebook and its partners are not allowed to use our data. All right. So I think we can say that statement three is false. Statement 4 says you have to explicitly agree to them before the system can be used. Notice again, this is an implicit agreement simply by clicking sign up, right? Without even ticking a box saying, I agree with your terms of use, right? There is no box for you to tick, declaring that you agree to their terms of use. Simply by clicking sign up, you have agreed, right? And so, no, you do not have to explicitly agree. As we said, the TOU is a terms of use. All right, so folks, basically we end up with statement one and statement five being true. If we look at response A, we see that uh, we see that statement 1 is in agreement, but it says 2 is also true. We both agree that 3 is not true, but 2 is a little bit of a problem, right? The response says it's true, whereas we've decided that it's not. Let's hold off on this for now, just in case. Response B says 1, 4, 5, not 3. Yes, we agree that 3 is not true. But we've also said that 4 is not true, right? So 4 is problematic in response B, right? In the case of response A, it was 2. In the case of response B, it's 4. That is problematic. All right, now 1, we said that is true. Response C simply says 1. And that's, you really have to kind of look hard. Literally just says 1. But we did say 1 is true. Statement 1, response C says nothing about the other statements. Response C makes no assertion about statement 2, 3, 4, or 5. And so we therefore do not care whether they are true or false, right? Notice, by saying 1 is true, it is not saying that the others are untrue. All right, 1 is a possibility. I'm sorry, response C is a possibility. All right, let's look at response D. 4, not 5. Well, that's actually opposite to what we've decided, because in fact, we've said 4 is not true, but 5 is true. So we just don't like response D. Finally, we said 5 only, but we said 1 was also true. And so anything that excludes 1 cannot be correct. So, folks, we're left with one response. It's response C.